You can only patio dine, and in New York, you can only patio dine. But even in Chicago, which has been very conservative, they're even saying that we're at 25%, and when we get down to 100 cases a day, we're going to let you go to 50%. The mayor of New York, nothing. No guidance whatsoever. It's almost like he wants his legacy to be, I want everybody to move out of New York. I don't want this city to survive, because he is doing absolutely nothing to communicate with people in the industry or anybody. It's the most amazing thing that I've ever seen from Democrats and Republicans alike saying, I don't know what's happening to our city. I don't know what this guy's legacy he wants it to be, because obviously he doesn't care about New York City.
Well, you sort of previewed my question to you, Tilman. In New York, where there is no indoor dining, there is no prospect of indoor dining. They haven't told you where the goalposts are. And yet, in New York State and New York City, the case count is way down. The hospitalizations are way down. We've gone days with maybe 1 or 2 deaths across the entire state. I know a lot of people must be thinking, and you among them, what the hell are you waiting for? Right. What the hell are you waiting for? And if
that is right, what we all are, 100%. And you got to remember, I have restaurants in other parts of New York. I mean, I'm up in the Hamptons, I'm in Great Neck, I'm all over. But not in New York City. Our mayor has decided that I want to see as many businesses as possible go out of business. He has no idea now what he is doing to the industry and these poor workers that cannot work, that are no longer getting the $600 stimulus. But you know what? Mayor de Blasio hasn't missed a check, so he doesn't care about everybody else. He talks about, I was the mayor of the people. He is not the mayor of the people. It is all about himself, and for some reason, he does not care about New York, because all he has to do is let us open up, and if there's any rise at all in cases, shut us back down again. I have no idea what he's thinking.
Can a city, what does this mean, the fact that in New York City, you're still out of business, basically, with indoor dining? What does this mean for the long-term comeback of a city like New York, where one of the main appeals of the city is the ability to go out and enjoy with your friends a meal in a restaurant on a cold winter night, folks, because there's not much else to do in New York City than that on a cold winter night. Well, I guess you can think of some things, but you know what I'm saying, Tilman.
You know what? Some of my best times in New York City are on cold winter nights when you go out to dinner. And but there's a reason that in your, Kelly, in the exchange, which y'all were talking about earlier, is all the people that are leaving the big cities, and people are letting them go work anywhere. Mm-hmm. And it's like the mayor doesn't care that everybody's leaving the city. It's like, hey, don't let the door hit you in your behind. I want you to leave my city. I want my legacy to be like this, because there's no reason for him not to let us open up at 25%. Okay? You got to remember, most restaurants in New York City do not have patios. Okay? I've only got a few of my restaurants in New York City that are even open with a few tables outside, because most of them don't have it, because it's such an urban environment there. But if they would let us open, people want to go out. Okay? And for some reason, I just don't know why. But it's a shame, because statistics are improving all over the country with COVID. We're keeping it down below 45,000 cases a day in this whole country today, and deaths under 1,000. And we just need to keep opening it up. We're going into the winter months. People's business started to come back, like you said, Kelly. But every time it starts to, we do something else to pull out the rug from under us.
Yeah, and I know, Tilman, a lot of people are afraid about what's going to happen with the kind of, you've got flu season coming, you've got the traditional time that viruses spread, and if that, I think there's a lot of fear and hesitation about reopening at just the wrong time. But I'm curious, as you talk about all of these difficulties, and like you said, we're talking about people who can work from home and kind of live anywhere, does it make you think differently about where you'd want your restaurants to be located in the long run? Or do you think once this blows over, that we're going to have huge pent-up demand and people are going to want to go to your restaurants in and of themselves as an experience, because they'll be so thrilled to finally get back out again?
We're all looking into the future and hoping that, remember, the leisure business is over with. on September the 7th, okay? And after September the 7th, all your leisure restaurants are slowing down, and this is when your conference business, your convention business, and your business traveler starts up again. Remember, this is the time that New York is basically shut down anyway, Wall Street. Everybody's gone to the Hamptons, everybody's gone out of town. There's no deals happening on Wall Street. But come after the 7th, all of a sudden it starts picking up quickly through Thanksgiving. And you're not going to have that traveler and that conferencee and that conventioneer in your big cities anymore. And that's where you're going to start seeing retail in the hotel industry and the restaurant industry really start hurting again.
No, that's a great point. I hadn't thought about it that way, the difference that the seasonal time is going to make for you. Tilman, always great to hear from you. Thanks for your time, sir.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll check back in with you. Ty, did you say my name or am I hearing things?
I did. I wanted my son to ask Tilman a question.
Oh, yeah.
Ask, Mac.
Well, go ahead, Tyler. Go ahead.
When does Russell Westbrook come
Go
back?
ahead. Say it again, Mac.
I was wondering when does Russell
I got it. I
Westbrook
heard
come
it.
back since he's doing the series?
You
heard
know
it?
what? I hope he comes. I heard it. So obviously we need him back. So, but hopefully he's feeling good. They'll try him out tomorrow, and hopefully he'll come back tomorrow. But if he's not feeling right, the worst thing you can do is bring somebody back, because we definitely need him Friday and Sunday if there's a 7th game. So I'm with you. Great question, and let's just hope that he's feeling good tomorrow morning.
All right. We wish you luck. The games have been amazing. We appreciate it. Good to see you, Tilman.
Thanks,
And
guys.
Mac?
Thank you.
All right. All right.
Thank you.
Get out of here. All right. Thanks a lot, Tilman. All right. Coming up.